In the vertiginous whirlwind of modern life, our emotions unfurl like sails on a stormy ocean, influencing every decision we make, every step we take. Yet we rarely stop to consider the magnitude of their impact, preferring instead to focus on the daily tasks, the goals, and accomplishments that push us forward. But what if we took a moment to immerse ourselves in the world of our emotions? What secrets will our seek reveal if we dare to look beyond the surface? It is this challenge to explore the vast and complex emotional world that propels us toward deeper understanding of ourselves and others. But what does it really mean to be emotionally aware? And why is it so crucial to our mental and emotional well-being? To answer these questions, we must first define what emotional awareness is. In its most basic form, emotional awareness is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. It involves being in tune with our physical sensations, inner thoughts and feelings, and being able to appropriately label and express our emotions in various situations. But emotional awareness goes beyond simply identifying our emotions. It also involves accepting them without judgment and allowing ourselves to feel them fully, even when they are uncomfortable or unpleasant. This act of self-acceptance and self-compassion is fundamental to our emotional well-being, as it allows us to experience our emotions in a healthy and constructive way. So, how can we cultivate emotional awareness in our daily lives? One way is through the practice of mindfulness, a technique that invites us to be present in the moment and to observe our inner experiences with curiosity and openness. By taking the time to tune into our emotions, we can begin to better understand their origin and their impact on our behavior and overall well-being. Imagine you are sitting in a park, watching people walk by. Suddenly, you become aware of a tight feeling in your chest, followed by a rush of negative and anxious thoughts. Instead of dismissing these sensations, you decide to approach them with gentleness and curiosity. You realize that the tightness in your chest is related to a difficult conversation you had earlier in the day, and that your negative thoughts are an automatic response to that stressful situation. By recognizing and accepting these emotions, you can begin to work on managing them more effectively, rather than letting them control you. Another way to cultivate emotional awareness is through self-reflection and self-evaluation. Take a moment each day to reflect on your emotional experiences and consider how you might have responded differently in particular situations. Were there times when you got carried away with your emotions without thinking about the consequences? Or perhaps you repressed your emotions instead of expressing them openly. By examining your emotional responses with honesty and sincerity, you can begin to identify patterns and tendencies that may be affecting your emotional well-being. Emotional awareness involves not only recognizing our own emotions, but also understanding how they influence our actions and relationships with others. When we are emotionally aware, we can identify the triggers that activate our emotions and understand how they affect our decisions and behaviors. For example, if we recognize that feeling undervalued causes us to react with anger, we can begin to work on strategies to manage that emotion more constructively. In addition, emotional awareness helps us to be more empathetic and understanding of others. By understanding our own emotions, we can put ourselves in others' shoes and see situations from their perspective. This allows us to communicate more effectively and establish deeper and more meaningful relationships. The practice of mindfulness is a powerful tool for developing emotional awareness. Mindfulness helps us to be present in the moment and to observe our inner experiences clearly and without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, we can tune into our emotions and learn to accept them as they are, without trying to change or repress them. There are many ways to practice mindfulness in daily life. You can spend a few minutes each day in mindfulness meditation, where you focus on your breathing and observe your thoughts and emotions as they arise. You can also practice mindfulness in everyday activities, such as walking, eating, or doing the dishes, focusing completely on the present experience and letting go of any mental distractions. Emotional awareness is a skill that can be cultivated over time with practice and patience. It is not about eliminating negative emotions or becoming an unflappable person, but about learning to relate to our emotions in a healthier and more balanced way. By developing emotional awareness, we can begin to live a more authentic and meaningful life, where our emotions guide us toward a greater understanding of ourselves and others. In addition, it is important to surround yourself with people who value and support your emotional growth. Seek out friends, family members, or mentors who are willing to listen to you and provide honest and constructive feedback about your emotions and behaviors. Social support can be an invaluable source of strength and emotional support in times of difficulty. By cultivating this skill, we can begin to make more informed and conscious decisions in our lives and enjoy a greater sense of well-being and emotional balance. So I invite you to dive into the emotional world and discover the wealth of self-knowledge and personal growth that awaits you along the way. You can find your copy of Emotions in Harmony by scanning the QR or follow the link in the description box. You can find the rest of the series on Amazon Kindle.